It's a good day to be an Orange. Good to see everybody today. Had a good practice. A lot of third down the last 2 days, a lot of third down. You know, as a defensive coach in the past, those third down days were your favorite. It's like there's blood in the water. I mean, you were going after them. And as an offensive player when I was younger, it was like, oh boy, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 11. So it was a really good practice to get a lot of work in. We did it yesterday. We followed it up today. So I was real pleased with the progress up front, communication, passing things off with some of those sophisticated blitzes Coach Bola likes to dial up. And it was a very good work day for the football team. And with that, any questions?
For the most part, the offense is installed. I mean, obviously, have game prep and his last couple small things are fixing up. But what are kind of your expectations early in the year? Though it's fully installed, you know, it's still going to be the first time you're running it against a different team, right?
Yeah, just to get better every day. Every day we go. Every day, every week. You know, try to keep it simple and stay with that plan. And that plan's been good over the years. So try not to get out in front of ourselves. Just stay true to what we are, what we want to be this year, and what we want to be as a team that continues to improve daily, I should say. And that's how we'll look at it.
Is the system and the kind of how it's running and all that stuff basically what you expected? Have there been any surprises for you along the way with it?
No surprises.
How would you, I was just, maybe it's the same type of thing, but how would you assess your team in terms of playing football, you know, moving on from fundamentals and installation?
Well, you really never move on from fundamentals,
Right.
but I think they're doing a good job. You know, we'll find out when we kick it off against Rhode Island, but I've been pleased with the progress and, you know, anxious to take one day at a time, but get there too, you know, as a coach. Can't wait to get to that game day too. But, you know, I think the whole thing is just going to be focusing and staying true to that message. And I know it's, you know, it's a little repetitive, but it's the truth.
What's left before you transition into an actual game week with scouting and that type of thing?
Well, really, we're going to get to Thursday and start hitting Rhode Island extremely hard. We've kind of peaked at some, kicking game, Rhode Island emphasis type situations, but we have not, thrown it at them yet, offense, defense. So when we get to Thursday, we'll start to do that. So we'll have a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 3 good days of heavy Rhode Island work. We're working the exchange with personnel, you know, to scout teams and demo units. And then Sunday we'll go over to the Dome and have a mock-up game and try to hit every situation that's ever come up in college football, you know, including our pregame warm-up, going in the locker room, coming out. So we kind of have a true dress rehearsal on Sunday night. Monday the kids have classes, academics. We'll give them that day just to get situated with school. Tuesday we'll come back and have another Rhode Island practice, but it'll be geared down, fewer reps, freshen them up. Wednesday we'll have really a Thursday type practice is what we call it on Wednesday because it's a Friday night kickoff, and that's when you're doing your final dress rehearsal. You know, any uniques, anything that would come up over the course of a game that maybe you haven't had a lot of reps at, and you throw it out there so the kids can say, okay, we went through this. But all in all, that'll be the plan moving forward.
Hey Scott, it looks like the speed option may be a little bit more prevalent this year than in years past. Lester was in here last night saying he doesn't necessarily want Terrell running as much. Are you going to try to rein him in a little bit this year, or do you still see that as a strength?
Well, we'll do everything we can to win every game in front of us. So, you know, all options are on the table.
We saw Ron Thompson without a boot on today. Do you have an update on his injury status?
He's doing better. You know, he's still I think a week out from the 3 weeks that we were kind of looking at. But he's doing well. Just need to be smart with it. It's one of those injuries where, you know, kid might be feeling better, but that tissue way down in there, you know, you just want to make sure it's healed up real well. So we'll take it day by day and listen to the professionals.
So being a week out, does it seem like he'll probably keep him out for Rhode Island?
Ron Thompson's doing a good job with his rehab. I've been really pleased with his work ethic in the training room, and I'm looking forward to when the doctors say he's back.
Scott, one of the things I think we questioned last year was some of the decisions on 4th down, 4th and short, and on the other side of the 50 punting. Have you looked at how you'll handle those at all and some of the studies at all in the offseason?
Yes, we've looked at everything and anything you can imagine, and then we turned it over again and looked at the other side. And then when we thought we had it right, what we did is we looked at it again, and then we put it on a table and came back after break and looked at every frickin' thing we could to make sure that we leave no stones unturned in all the decision-making that's moving forward into this season. So I'm excited for it, excited to field a football team with some new talent, some new young talent, and we've looked at everything, scrutinized everything, probably overdid it to some degree.
Do you want to be more aggressive in those fourth down
situations? I'm an aggressive person. I always want to be aggressive. You know what I mean? I love being aggressive. I love it. But there comes a point in time where you also have to be smart and know what type of cards you're playing. You know, it's like I tell my kids, you're born. It's kind of like playing in a card game. You're born. You got a deck of cards. You get the cards handed to you, and then you got to play those cards as smart as you can. And it's not real smart to be aggressive when those cards don't look the way they're supposed to. So we had to be smart at times last year, and you know, I can't wait to kick this thing off. We're getting closer. You know, talking to you guys makes me far too excited. So that's why we try to spread it out every couple of days, because I need to sleep every once in a while.
What would you say is the mentality of the guys regarding that? Are they ready to hit somebody else now that, does it feel like it's a long time?
They're getting there. You know, they're getting there. We've tried not to ramp it up too far. We've tried to stay true to just getting better every day. And that's why I don't like to game plan, implement, and then re-game plan, implement. You know, some of the places I've been, we've done that, and then the game plan has a tendency to get a little stale. And you don't want it to be a stale game plan for the kids. And what I mean by that is, you know, you go in and you have 5 days before you kick off, and they're excited about this new blitz that you're putting in. You know, and the kids they're juiced. And if you do that 10 days out, they're juiced. It's hard to keep somebody juiced for 10 days. So we try to, you know, be smart about when we put those things in, because there is an element of excitement when you get to game planning and you want it to be fresh and fast. That's why sometimes, you know, when you have a short week during the season, you put your best game plans together because it's quick, it's sharp, and the kids, you know, they're excited about it, and you don't lose that. So that's kind of the approach we've taken.